Every fire is a little bit different, but what's consistent with all these fires is you drive in, you get closer, and then it gets very quiet. And very slowly but surely, the scent of smoke. It's very subtle at first, and it punctuates your nostrils, your ears, your hair, and by the end of the night, you smell like an ashtray. There's a few factors that motivate me to continue photographing fires. Namely, these fires are burning larger, hotter, faster, more frequently, and at more different times of the year due to climate change, human development, when and where and how we build, and overall forest and rangeland management in the United States. Some of these fires put off more CO2 than the carbon emissions of some countries. And we're seeing some very serious effects of these fires on communities, and I think it's very important to document it. It's really important to balance safety and staying aware of your surroundings or situational awareness when you're photographing a wildfire, because you're on your own. I wear the same Nomex fire boots helmet. I use a fire shelter, the same equipment that any firefighter from any fire department would be using at the fire. I have sort of a hierarchy of rules that I have when I photograph wildfires. The first one is stay out of the way of firefighters and first responders. If they're driving fire trucks down a road, if the sheriff's evacuating people. Second thing is no picture is worth compromising my safety. I have to assess the risk at each and every fire. I had an experience where I was very much close to just kind of putting the camera down and walking away and saying, I'm done, I've had enough. And when a 10-mile wide wall of flame came over the Santa Monica Mountains into Malibu, and I watched people watch their neighborhood burn down, it was very much traumatic. And I sat there on the beach sort of stupefied for about 15 minutes, processing what had happened. And that's when I also said, you know what? I may still photograph these wildfires, but I'm gonna be much more conservative and take much less risk at them. You can die. People, journalists can get killed doing it. Firefighters get killed. I mean, civilians get killed. And just because you've been safe at 100 fires does not mean that 101st fire you'll automatically walk away from. Terra Flamma Wildfires at Night is a body of work featuring long exposure photographs of wildfires designed to create a conversation or to inform or to share facts visually. And the idea is that someone will say, hey, this is a pretty picture of a fire, and maybe read the caption and learn a little bit more about wildfire, educate themselves on what's going on. One of my personal favorites is Half Dome at Yosemite, right at dawn before the sun comes up. To me, it just speaks to some of my own story and experiences getting to these fires, but also it is sort of this national treasure that we have in the form of the national park being threatened by fire. Fire happens in every single state in the US, and it affects all of us. The importance of the Facing Fire exhibit is that it presents a robust and diverse visual record of wildfires, how climate change is affecting our backyard and affecting tens of millions of people in California alone. As you see these pictures, just be grateful for the work of firefighters and first responders that are out there.